Good morning, everybody, and thank you for being here with us for the monthly update on the Hedge Invest Newman Credit Fund. April was a relatively volatile month where we had a few positions working out pretty well, on which we took profit and cashed in, while others actually worked against us, and we managed to keep them, and actually we marked them down or high, depending on the long or short positioning of the fund. On the macro side, where we continue to have the same view on policy normalization and potential geopolitical risk intervening, we suffer a little bit on the short on the risk-free assets. Is a position that we maintain, we keep. We're particularly concerned about the valuation of risk-free assets in Europe. We think ECB is done substantially for QE. We think the oil pressure could be very detrimental for monetary policy in Europe as well. And we think trade war could have one big loser, which is Germany as opposed to China, coming up against US. Overall, we suffered, but we kept the position. Actually, if anything, we've been increasing towards the end of the month. We remain quite negative on emerging market. We still have big shorts there on Turkey and South Africa, and on the emerging market index on the credit. We don't see a meaningful repricing of those assets. We think they're the most crowded long out there, and we think they're the most exposed, not just to the macro picture deteriorating, but also to the idiosyncrasies of some of the countries, especially Turkey, on which we remain incredibly negative. Away from that, we had a tactical long on Greece. We were long into the month. We actually did pretty well on that, and we've been taking off all the position now. We think Greece is a very crowded long, with plenty of issues on top of their proximity to Turkey and Middle East in general. Away from that, Brexit is still a big trade that we have. We actually increased on our sterling dollar options. We actually come into fruition now as we speak. For the first time today, we moved below 135 on dollar sterling. It was only 142 a few weeks ago. Away from that, on the corporate side, our focus continues on the very levered issuers and sectors, such as telecom, media, retail. We keep on seeing defensive M&A there, and we keep on playing with the angle of having short-term long equity exposure to effectively justify and fund the big shorts on the credit side. BSKB is one of the names that actually has progressed in our direction. We think we'll get out the equity at a decent premium from where we're now, while the credit is a big short that we want to keep, because whether it's going to morph into Comcast, Walt Disney, or something else, it will still be a great short over time. Away from that, we capitalize on Telecom Italia with a very good trade versus other shorts on levered telecom. We actually transform into a capital structure trade against the savings. We're still very active on Altis, both credit and equity. We like Altis as an equity. It's very undervalued. It's a very levered company, and there are a lot of other levered companies in highly competitive telecom which would suffer. Away from that, on the bank side, we've been trimming the position. We think there's going to be a lot of liquidity coming into the summer. The bank sector has been trading really poorly because they're very cash heavy. We don't like the sector, although there's been definitely improvement, but from a credit point of view, we actually turned quite negative on it, and we've been trimming the position. We only have very specific names with a very defined set of catalysts over the next few weeks. Overall, we remain incredibly negative on the market. Fixed income, monetary policy normalization will be one big driver. We think there's a massive bubble out there. Away from that, we have plenty of geopolitical risk, whether it's trade war, oil war. We see more populist pressure because of the hyper-competitive market we're in, and they will push for the wrong policy mistakes in the future. On top of that, we think the market is deteriorating in terms of demand, supply, bid offer, and liquidity, and we think those conditions are only here to get worse into the summer. So with that, the bias remains short credit and risky assets in general, and we think there's going to be plenty of volatility going forward in the next few months. With this, I thank you. Thank you very much for being here with us, and I hope to speak with you soon next month for the next update. Thank you very much.